this year to have a co-MC, a mistress of ceremonies. So give it up, if you would please, for Miss Wendy Ho.
Sully, thank you so much. A warm welcome to everyone. Good evening and welcome to the 2012 Community Champions Award on behalf of AALAC. You know, Sully, I completely agree with you. It's very heartening to see this. And I've been part of this community in the community work that I do, and have seen Helen grow this movement from an idea to now 2-3 years into her work, and to see representatives from all walks of life to rally around social justice issues for the Asian communities. It's very, very heartening. So I'm very proud to be here to support AALAC, as well as looking forward to a fun night working with you. So, I mean, with that said, you know, here we are, of course, to celebrate some community champions that AALAC wants to recognize, and also the hard work that the staff and, of course, Helen does through AALAC. But also do remember, tonight is a fundraiser for AALAC. So do give generously. You know that your dollar spent is actually going towards great work, but we have fun ways in which to extract your gold. So do know that there are auction items, there are raffle items, bid high, bid often. So we will have all those fun activities as we go through this evening. There will be wonderful dining, wonderful presentations as we get through the night as well. So at this point in time, what we'd like to do is recognize and thank the many, many sponsors of this year's banquets for their support. This is in their order of sponsorship.
All right, and as we read these names off, just remember that these are people that support this community and are committed to it. Cook Immigration Partners, LLC, at the gold level sponsor. Our silver level sponsors, Jay and Stella Yoon, Rodney and Helen Ho, the Thai American Chamber of Commerce. Our bronze sponsors, give it up. Our bronze sponsors, Alex and Daisy Wu, the Asian Pacific American Council of Georgia, APAC, Baker, Donaldson, Behrman, Caldwell, and Berkowitz PC. Thank you. Best Buy, BJ Pak and Sandra Pak, Consulate General of the Republic of Korea in Atlanta.
And here's further sponsors at the bronze level as well. Ford & Harrison LLP, the Filipino American Association of Greater Atlanta, Georgia Asian Pacific American Bar Association, GAPABA, Georgia Korean Grocers Association, Korean American Association for Greater Atlanta, Misun Health Services Inc., National Association for Chinese Americans, NACA, Nelson Mullins, Riley and Scarborough LLP, the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce of Georgia, PACA, Sutherland, Asville and Brennan LLP, Telemundo Atlanta, KTN, Thai Association of Georgia, the Xie family, the Kim family, the law offices of Sochi Chia, PC, and the Vietnamese American Community of Georgia, VACA.
And our patron sponsors include Art Madang and Nicole Conrad. Where's Nicole? I saw Nicole. One of my Facebook friends back there. All right. Chinese Community Federation of Atlanta, Cox Enterprises, Deborah Browning and Kevin Andrews, Emory University, the Office of Multicultural Programs and Services, Georgia Women for a Change Incorporated, Tim Herr and Michael Park, and the Yoon Law Group.
Thank you. A round of applause for all these sponsors. It's actually through sponsorships and support of organizations and individuals that make AALAC happen. So many, many thank you. So with that, what we do want to also mention that the giving can also continue through this evening. So there are a lot of fun ways, and Sully and I will walk you through a lot of these fun things throughout the evening. Please bid. There are wonderful, wonderful donations in the back. There are almost 23 items towards the back. And then also buy raffle tickets. You will see AALAC interns and supporters and volunteers throughout the evening. They will come through, and you can increase your chances by winning, by 9 raffle prizes up here, totaling more than $1,700 in value. So you have tickets as you come in. The volunteers are actually going to also give you opportunities to increase your chances. Our raffle prize for the night is actually a very exciting package. It's a Zoo Atlanta adventure for 4 with the giant pandas. So you don't want to miss that. We actually have a representative, very kind, to be here with us from Zoo Atlanta. Now, this is the fun part. You have to be in it to win it. You have to be present to win. So you make sure you hang on to your tickets. Don't leave it with your spouse. Don't walk off and go to the bar. If I call your number, you're not here, you're gonna miss that. So, Sully, how do they pick up more raffle tickets?
You gotta buy lots of tickets. That's what we want you to do tonight, all right? Who's with me, huh? We're gonna have some fun, buy some tickets, win some stuff, support AALAC, we love it. All right, here's the deal. $5 for 1 ticket or $10 for 3 tickets. Which is the better value? Come on, right? Each purchase is going to get you a leaf on our giving tree up here at the front of the stage, and you must be present to be eligible to win the raffle. So that means you have to stay to the end of our program, which is going to be gripping, riveting, and compelling, and awesome. Right?
That's a laugh of support from the back of the room there. So also further, as along with all the prizes that we're giving away tonight, inside of your booklet, as well as with our volunteers in their baskets, there are also commitment cards that you can fill out. So if you look into your booklet, there should be a blue card in the front. If you don't see it, it's simply because we've had so many donors pick them up and already starting commitments that speak with any of the volunteers. They'll have extras in their basket. These are fully tax-deductible deductions for AALAC. So please give freely tonight. We would love that. And then every time you do give, a leaf or an apple will actually go to a giving tree to commemorate your gift. So with that, Rich, I think we may be also at a stage where, we've talked a lot about AALAC, but I think it's time for us to bring up the lady who had started all of this. So it is actually my pleasure and honor to welcome Ms. Helen Kim Ho, the Executive Director of AALAC.
Thank you. Riveting. Wow. I can't wait for my own program to begin. Good evening, everyone. Thank you guys so much. I'm always moved to see so many of our supporters and friends and colleagues in the room. On behalf of the board and staff of AALAC, thank you so much and welcome to the 2002 Community Champions Banquet. I first want to thank our Master and Mistress of Ceremonies, Sully and Wendy, offering their time and talents to our event. I also want to add my deepest gratitude to the sponsors of our banquet for making it a success. Thank you guys so much. And I'd also like to give a special thanks to our dedicated volunteers that help in the office and at this and many other events. Interns and volunteers, can you raise your hand? They're probably in the back. And as Sully and Wendy said, we will have 4 volunteers, sets of 2 with little baskets, walking the room, ready to take your commitment cards or sell you raffle tickets. Before I go any further, I definitely want to thank and recognize the elected officials and dignitaries that have joined us tonight. They are in alphabetical order: Consul General Anna Cao, Taipei Economic and Cultural Office in Atlanta; Korean Deputy Consular General Hung Soo Kim; the Honorable Judge Dax Lopez, State Court of DeKalb County, and his wife, Zolma. Georgia House Representative Pedro Marin, Gwinnett District 96. I believe we have the Honorable Judge Carla McMillan, State Court of Fayette County, and her husband, Lance McMillan. Mayor Emmanuel Ransom from my hometown, the city of Clarkston, Georgia. And Director Yi Hung Seng, Taipei Economic and Cultural Office in Atlanta. The Asian American Legal Advocacy Center was founded in 2010 and is the first nonprofit law center dedicated to the growing Asian American, Pacific Islander, and Asian ethnic refugee communities in Georgia and the Southeast. Although we focus on Asian Americans, we are a civil rights organization that advocates for fair treatment and equal access for all people. Since our start, AALAC has helped to create an issues-rich environment by publishing trusted, original, nonpartisan legal research and policy work focused on immigrants. And we do this because we believe one of the best ways to create a more just society is to empower people through education and knowledge of some of the most pressing issues facing us today. Anyone that knows me knows that I am a student and just a huge fan of the late Reverend Martin Luther King. And I was reading just this morning about his work in the Montgomery bus boycotts. And there was tension among different groups because many of them felt there was only one method or way to deal with the race problem, but he believed there was a multi-pronged approach. Specifically, he said, not only is this thing a process of education, but it is also a process of legislation. So while the legal and social issues might look or feel different today, the impact of ill-conceived policies are still the same in that they can harm an entire group of people and place them at a disadvantage for multiple generations. No issue to me illustrates the generational magnitude of harm more than the issue of education, which will be our policy focus in 2013. Decades of research have confirmed that in America, many children face educational disparities that cut along racial lines. When these children are not given equal access and opportunity to receive a quality education, they and their children suffer. But everyone suffers as well. Jobs, our tax base, and public safety are all impacted. And even good people who are unaware of the policies that lead to these disparities begin to perpetuate a bias that some groups of kids are just smarter or dumber or more troubled than others. So our top 3 policy issues next year will focus on education. A demographic study by the Carl Vinson Institute recently revealed that immigrant children will dominate the younger population in Georgia. So we will work very hard to advocate for their rights. First, we will continue to work with a diverse group of education advocates to pass a revised Georgia Juvenile Justice Code. The code is a set of laws that impact any child that has to go before a court for getting in trouble in school, for being abused or neglected, or committing crimes. Georgia's Juvenile Code was passed in 1971, is simply outdated, ineffective, and together with increasing zero-tolerance disciplinary policies, are quick to push children out of the classroom and into prisons. Did you know that 1/4 of Asian children in Georgia are limited English proficient, and that limited English proficient students are twice as likely to drop out of high school? And high school dropouts are 63 times more likely to be incarcerated than college graduates. While there are few Asian children currently in the juvenile system in Georgia, given the high dropout rate of limited English proficient teens and the special challenges facing certain Asian ethnic groups, our state will experience a rise in incarcerated Asian youth and adults if we don't reform our laws now. I hope you'll keep in touch with us on this issue and work with us to pass this code reform next year. Our second focus, we will continue to speak out against any proposed policy that seeks to ban access to higher education for immigrant youth. We believe education is a basic human right and plays a fundamental role in American society. Higher education has been shown as the key to leading a more healthy and productive life, becoming more civically engaged, and making more money. And while most other states are stepping back from regressive state immigration policies and providing access and even in-state tuition for deserving undocumented youth, certain Georgia legislators may seek to propose a bill that would ban youth from attending open enrollment community and technical colleges. I want you guys to know that half of all Asian students enrolled in America are enrolled in community and technical colleges. So this is an issue that directly impacts our community. We believe these policies will deprive children of hope, hurt our state, and do nothing to solve the immigration problem. Education is truly, I believe, a we issue, not an us or them issue. Finally, we are working to create and propose a stronger anti-bullying law in Georgia. Children who are persistently bullied do worse in schools, feel less safe, and entertain more suicidal thoughts. And perhaps surprisingly to some, Asian American teens are bullied more and cyberbullied more often than every other major race group, according to a 2009 Department of Education survey. Another study revealed that the kind of bullying tactic more frequently used on Asian versus other students was racist hate speech. And inadequate school response to bullying is most likely to happen in schools that are dealing with a quickly changing student body, like many of the schools in Atlanta. We're doing a lot of outreach in Johns Creek, which is a city in Atlanta. And did you know in Johns Creek, many of the high schools have over 50% Asian youth? Bullying and cyberbullying is a growing epidemic that we must respond to for the safety and well-being of all our children. So not only do we plan to educate and engage parents, educators, and elected officials on these topics, but we also want to reach out to Asian American teens and train them to become leaders in their schools. Through the generous support of the Best Buy Foundation and others, we hope to develop an ongoing civic leadership program where we raise awareness on the importance of civic engagement, engage youth on current social justice issues, and train and equip them to become advocates for themselves and their communities with a focus on social media training. I want to, at this point, thank the Best Buy people and the Best Buy Foundation for this generous support to help us get started. Thank you. Okay, so enough of the serious stuff. I'm going to just come up one more time and talk serious one more time. But speaking of children, our next performer received rave reviews at our May Embrace fundraiser for her personal testimony on the impact of cyberbullying, as well as her beautiful singing voice. Indy Malaitong is 14 years old and is an honor roll student at North Gwinnett Middle School. Will you please welcome Indy Malaitong to the stage?